Good morning, folks. It's Cowboy Bob here at Heartline Ranch with my wife, Corey.
Good morning.
And we have you on Corey's favorite toy. This is our Kubota tractor, and she thinks it's the living end, let me tell you.
Well, it saves a lot of work. It's really great.
So we want to show you, and we'll do a couple episodes on horses and how to feed them. We're going to show you how we feed them over here, and then tomorrow we're going to go over to Project Spirit, and we're going to let them show us how they feed all the horses. And believe me, they get horses that are several hundred pounds underweight and in miserable condition, and they do a first-rate job. And we've done that for a long time ourselves, and it's just interesting to compare notes and to see how they do it versus how we do it. Now, one of the things that we do is a little different than most people, is we have what we call our feeding stalls, and each of the horses is in a 12 by 12 stall. In fact, that might be 14 feet deep. And then I have a chain in the back. We'll get up here so you can see that chain. And the chain goes across the stall so that when the horses are in there, they pretty much have to stay in there. Unless you got a really rowdy horse, and we don't have horses that don't obey authority here. And so we can control, what I like about this is we can control what they eat. And you notice they're all eating away, munching away on their hay, while Corey's trying to kick it back in, because you know the most amazing thing to me about horses is when you throw their hay in there 2 feet deep and they immediately kick it back out while they're nosing it, looking for that alfalfa. And the hay we give these guys is a pretty wonderful hay, and I'm pretty excited to show you and tell you where others can get it if you live around here. But this is what it's like, and as you can see, they're all munching away. We've been doing this with our horses for quite a while, and they've been pretty happy about it. Don't you think, Corey?
Yes, especially the older ones or the really young ones, the new ones to the herd, need their own help getting their own hay because others would steal from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think another horse would steal from one?
And here's Miss Piggy.
Yeah, here you go. This is interesting. If you look at all the horses, you know, at least one meal a day they get fed dropped out in the field. And this is a horse, Lizzie, and we love Lizzie. She is a wonderful, beautiful horse and a great rider for our guests. But she's also, we call her Miss Piggy, because if you'll notice, she's fatter than any other horse we have.
Well, your horse isn't too skinny.
Yeah, and my horse isn't very skinny either. So left to their own devices, these two would eat, what do you think, 60% of the food?
Yeah, everybody moves when they want them to.
So this is just, and here we go with this little better view of the tractor, the Kubota, that we got from in town, from Kubota Pelican Tractors. And I got to give them a plug. They've done a really good job of servicing it and taking care of us. And pretty nice people. So we're going to take a little walk because we have to go from here. We feed them hay, and we also give them a bucket of, well, they don't get grain, but they get oats and sunflower seeds. And I have people ask me all the time, where did you ever come up with that combination? Well, you know, I'm a guy that studies literally every trainer in the world.
Let me take care of that, and you go show
I'm a guy that I study what other trainers do probably way more often than other people, especially somebody my age. You'd think after all these years I'd be pretty hard firm on my beliefs, but you know, I find a closed mind's a dangerous thing. So I really like to pay attention to certain trainers. And one of them that I really enjoy paying attention to is Julie Goodnight. And Julie Goodnight was talking on one of her episodes about how happy she was with how she fed her horses, and she was bragging about how It was how her, I believe it was her grandfather.
Her
taught.
grandfather, yeah. Now,
So-
what Bob's getting ready to scoop up
Yeah,
is
as
this.
you see, we have we have the sunflower seeds and the grain stored here in these sacks, and then I pour the sack into the garbage container and keep a scoop in them, and each of them's going to get a big scoop of the sunflower seeds. Now that's my own little method to sunflower seeds. These are the black olive ones.
Black oil.
Black oil. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And as you can see, they're called that for a reason.
They're black and they add oil to their fur.
And I'll tell you something. There's several different brands of them out there. And at Coastal, they used to carry this type just like we're using now. But when they changed hands, the new store didn't want to carry anything that the old store didn't carry. They didn't want to carry anything the old store carried if they could avoid it. They wanted to be different for marketing. And I kind of understand that. However, the the black olive sunflower seeds you get from
Black oil.
black oil, I'll get it right one of these days. Our horses won't eat the others. They're a black sunflower seed, but they're not the same. They're kind of like stripes.
It's
on
like
them.
striped black and white,
They almost look like a little zebra.
and they're
Type.
kind of hully. They kind of got a lot of hull on them, and so the horses spit them out like, I'm going to give these to the birds. Blech.
Yeah, we got them. I thought, well, this is kind of weird looking, but I'll try anything new. I'm trying to be somewhat open-minded. Well, I'll tell you what. We had a bunch of horses that weren't too happy with us.
Birds were happy.
Yeah.
So we saved the rest of that stuff for the birds for the winter.
Yeah. It's amazing. You wouldn't think, you hear stories about how horses eat. You wouldn't think that a horse would be that picky. But I'm telling you, our horses were. They just flat wouldn't eat them. And you know, I gotta tell you, we fed these guys grain, we fed them supplements, we give them stuff all the time. They eat everything. They never complain. They wouldn't eat those sunflower seeds. When we do this, we put this in here like this. This isn't real scientific, but we do this, then we take and we load up a couple of the buckets. Actually, I'll load up 4 here. And we're going to have just a little bit of a problem here. Well, here, Corey, grab a couple. Because when you try and take 8, it's kind of hard to hold that many. Not that heavy, just awkward. And I'm telling you, if you want to make some horses nervous or upset,
Leave one of them out and you got to fight on your hands.
yeah, when you walk out there, those horses that are so peacefully behind that,
I think I can take one more here.
so peacefully in those stalls right now, well, that peace ends
Yeah.
when they don't get their bucket. And on the way, we're going to pass a stack of hay. Now, this is some hay that we get out in Merrill, and we get this from the what do they actually call the name of
They
it?
call them fed up.
Fed Up.
Fed up hay. Dwayne Mann and his, used to be his dad, now it's his son.
She's showing you now how she feeds Cookie. She just drops it on the ground.
Nothing very graceful about it.
Man, she went for it. One of the best things about this hay, in my opinion, is this is a mixture of Timothy grass and alfalfa. Has about a 14% protein content. And our horses not only love it, they thrive on it. They do so well, it's just mind-boggling.
If we get a horse in that's kind of too skinny, boy, within 2 or 3 months, they're just nice and fattened up.
They really are. And, you know, I try to be open about a lot of things, but I got to tell you,
Yeah, you can hear them now. They know we're coming with the grain.
We're pretty picky on how we feed. We haven't used any other hay in over 4 years. Hey, here we are. Hey, Lacan. How are you, sweetheart? Huh? Yeah. Boy, I'm popular when I have these buckets of grain, I'll tell you that.
Foxy likes to dance at hers.
Yeah. Of course, she's not doing it now that you're talking about it.
No, of course.
Oh, there. Oh, there we go. Here, let me have these two.
Okay, there we go. Now I can do better filming.
Show them how they knock the hay out. You'd be skinny if I didn't come behind you.
That's our other Miss Piggy. She gets much fatter. We're gonna have to get her a new cinch strap.
It'd help if you had longer arms on this one. Well, this is the setup that we did, and we do this like this because a lot of times, a lot of days we feed them every meal out here, but we always feed them at least one, because at least one time a day, I want to know that everybody got an equal distribution of their food, and I think it makes a difference.
Yep. We closed that gate. The reason we have that gate is that the stalls go a little farther on, and we want all our fences to be dog-proof. Not just because of the dogs, but there are coyotes around here.
Yeah, but they got to worry about our dogs more than those coyotes.
Yeah. Or neighbor dogs.
Our dogs don't really hurt them, but they like to chase them.
Yeah. Came out here once, and your dog was swinging on Shazani's tail.
Boy, that was something, wasn't it? I've
Yeah.
never seen. If I hadn't seen that with my own eyes, I'd think you were making that up.
Swinging along, and she kicked him, kicked his eye tooth out.
Oh yeah.
She didn't like her tail being swung on.
So you would think that wouldn't you think that if a dog was swinging on a horse's tail and the horse kicked his tooth out,
That he'd quit?
that he'd quit that and not do it?
Oh.
Has Nick learned anything on that?
No. No. So he's in his own little pasture with his own fence to keep him away from the horses. Because, of course, Amy wants to now follow his little... Why do they always copy each other's bad habits? But
They think the same thing about us, I'm sure.
yeah.
All right, folks. This is the first part of this series. And tomorrow we're going to go over there to Project Spirit. And you're going to see how they do it. And believe me, I'm not trying to say we have a better way than they have at all.
We just want to show that everybody has a different way.
Everyone's got a little different spin on
Works
things.
for you, then it works, you know.
And they are wonderful. They're a wonderful organization. And Ben and Connie Willard do a magnificent job. And I'm very happy and proud to go over there tomorrow and to introduce everybody to them and to see what they do. They help horses probably more than anybody in this county. And that's a pretty big saying, because there's a lot of people in this county that try to help horses.
Horse country.
This is popular stuff, horses here. So anyhow, folks, this is Cowboy Bob and Corey saying goodbye.
Morning.
Well, good morning and goodbye. And we'll talk to you
Next
again
time.
next time, probably tomorrow.